Hello and welcome to this video introduction to cPanel Control Panel. Now there's a lot to this. As a matter of fact, there's so much to this that it deserves its own video series in and of itself, but that's for a different day. Right now I just want to introduce you briefly to some of the cool things that you can use cPanel for in helping you with working on and working with your blogs. You've got your email accounts here. Well, just a quick rundown here. This is cPanel 11, version 11 something. So if if your interface does not look like this, it could be just because you've got a different version or you've got a different theme set up. It just doesn't matter. The main thing is the functionality. So over here on the left hand side, you've got some pretty cool stats. And if yours isn't showing all of this here, that could be because you got your arrow pointing in the wrong direction. And coming out of the default, it depends on how you've got this set up. If you don't show anything down here, then just click this arrow over here right next to the stats and it will probably reveal all that needs to be revealed. Just some cool stuff like the cPanel version you're currently working on, the theme, some cool stuff you're going to need to know on some software applications like the PHP version. Some people are still working on PHP version 4. Why? I don't know. They should be at least version 5. Your MySQL version, and just again some information here that you'll find handy with certain software applications. And heading back up here to the top. Now, to cover more in detail on all these applications in here, right here you go under Preferences, and I've moved this around because usually this is going to be right up here at the top. If we move this guy down, that will move this right, and there you go. So you can click here. Now these videos we're probably not going to win any major awards, but they will cover a lot of information on each one of these applications here. So if you find the need, and you should, to get more information on how these guys work, how you create your email account, how you can forward that email account to your main Google email account, for example, and so on, then check out these video tutorials. That'll get you going. You want to change the theme, change the basic look, right here you go. Now again, some of your cPanel control panels may not have all of these applications available. What you might want to do is look for this theme changer here, and if you have this available, you might want to check this out because I find that some themes in here do not have all of these applications showing for that particular theme. Why? I don't know, but you might want to check that out. So you might want to play around with your theme to see if it reveals more of these that are not shown in your current theme. Again, just something to play around with. Moving on down the line here. This covers your mail, this covers your files. You're going to find this to be pretty frequently visited because this is your file managers where you set up additional FTP accounts. And if you're going to have somebody else poking around inside your server, this is where you want to set up your anonymous FTP accounts. Let me see, your logs for the information junkies amongst us. You'll be spending a lot of time here. And again, just can't say this enough. Check out those video tutorials. They'll cover a lot of these in detail. Here's where you're going to help keep out the riffraff. You got your hot link protection here, so if people are going to steal your images, which they will, don't worry about that. But what really irks me is whenever they steal your images and keep the links active, that's what's rubbing me wrong. Because if they're going to steal your stuff, go ahead and upload it to their own server, for crying out loud. But no, some of these people, they just decide that they're not only going to take your stuff, they're going to continue to take your bandwidth. And that's not that big of a deal until it really adds up. So I'm going to get out that soapbox real quick, just to let it be known that you got your hot link protection here to keep that from happening. Again, check out the video tutorials on how to set this stuff up. And here's where you're going to create additional subdomains, and this can be really fun. If you've got a web hosting service that has unlimited subdomains, you can set up an unlimited number of subdomains, and on each one of those subdomains have yourself a blog. And on that blog somewhere, prominently displayed, can be your link back to your main site, your main blog. And just adds to the extra Google juice to your main blog. But that's information for another video at a later date. You've got your redirects, your park subdomains, your add-on domains. We'll cover these guys here in an upcoming video in this series. And your MySQLs, not MySQLs, MySQL databases. And let me see. Oh yeah, this is my buddy right here, Fantastico, Mr. Smiley Face. Now, of course, you got these other guys in here too. Now, some of these do not show up with different versions of cPanel. So if yours does not look exactly like this, don't sweat it. And another thing too, some of them, like my host monster account, Whenever you go into Fantastical, there's some items in here that are no longer supported by Fantastical, and they're found under what might be like this, site software. So if you go here and you don't find something for, say, WordPress, then you might find it under here. Matter of fact, I believe in my HostMonster account it says WordPress ain't here, it's here. So again, don't worry, you're not going to get lost. But you go into Fantastical, for example. Let me just open that up. And this is where you can, within a couple of clicks, have yourself a classified section, a new blog, all kinds of cool stuff. Your Drupals, your Joomlas, and your Mambos, and your all kinds of OS ticket. That's cool. I love this one here. But again, just poke around in here. You're not going to break anything. But I got to warn you though, you get in here and before you know it, 3 or 4 days have passed, and you're really kind of hungry, and because it's just some pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that's fantastic. Now, whenever you're done here, you just click on this guy here. Come on back home. And speaking of which, if you're out poking around in these guys here up along the top, you go here to your help, and I believe that'll bring you back to your video tutorials. And you go here to log out to say bye-bye to the whole thing, or you just come on up here and click on home. That'll bring you back to this page here. And let's move on down, moving. Then you got the advanced stuff here. Your Apache handlers, image managers, all kinds of cool stuff in here. Cron jobs, that's to help automate stuff. But again, for more details on these guys, be sure and check out the video tutorials located at the top of the page. And that's pretty much it. I mean, I know this is a quick rundown of all the goodies for your cPanel control panel, but I just wanted to whet your appetite a bit and again point this cat out right here. Go here, learn more about all the goodies about your cPanel control panel, but just let it be known that more than likely you're going to be visiting here and here and here more times than not inside of your cPanel control panel. That's going to bring us to the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a great day.